All right, top of the morning to everybody. I hope everybody's having a good weekend. There's a lot of weird things going on or whatever, okay? Or maybe it's been going on, but with with social media, maybe it's something that I don't know that's really being brought more to life with all these storms and all, the different things that's going on, as far as in current events. Okay, so be careful on your travels and stay vigilant and all that. But real fast, I want to throw a disclaimer out here, okay? That I believe that I don't know everything. Sometimes I may think I do, but I don't. Okay, and I still have some things I have to learn. I think I have a little bit of room for capacity, but I think that I have enough life experience between that and teaching a lot of stuff already years ago, a lot of stuff that I've taught, and as far as in my education, okay, integrity, and then a lot of my divine knowledge that I've gained over time, and then doing enough of these videos here. I've been doing these for a little over 3 years. As far as the conscious community, whether you like it or you don't like it, that I think I'm about maybe about 90%, 5% sure about what I'm talking about. Okay, that a lot of the stuff that I've already lived, so I could be able to put it out. I think that if I didn't go through some things, then what would they be okay to preach? Or what would they be to try to advocate? Okay, if I hadn't somewhat been through some tribulations, okay, and or paid dues, I'll say, as you go up to the ranks. When I put something out, I put it out, and a lot of times that we move forward from there. We can disagree, but a lot of stuff that I say, okay, is not going to be up for debate. All right, to where you're going to try to make me question myself if you don't agree to certain things. There's a certain way that you can disagree without call yourself trying to buck what I said. Okay, all right, to make me think otherwise, because more than likely, what I say sticks. In other words, we make it and we move forward from there. And I tell you again, it's not going to be up for debate. Probably 9.5 times out of 10. Okay, because a lot of stuff that I like to try to talk about, it'll keep you from getting burned, getting going to hell, getting thrown in the hellfire. It'll keep you out of trouble, and it'll keep you out of jail. And maybe you won't be rich, but you'll be taken care of. You'll have the things that you need. Okay, particularly about an article that I'm about to tell you right now. Okay, and then for the most part, you have the after effects that all the other people are going, people around this nucleus, so-called, will be affected as well. Okay, you got a male now that's up for manslaughter, and then everything else goes along with it. So let's get into it. Okay, I want to talk about Joy Brown. Actually, this happened in my hometown of Hampton, Virginia, over the weekend, and it's my understanding that she was out at the jazz festival. They just had a Hampton Jazz Festival. I made a couple of videos about that they do every year around this time. Okay, late June. They haven't done it in 4 years, so a lot of people were going out to that. Okay, and they're really trying to get this thing back up. But Joy Brown, 45 years old. Okay, I don't know if she was a native of Hampton or not, but I know that she was a real estate agent. She taught high school, actually the school that I went to, Kickintan High School. All right, shout out to the Warriors. In fact, it's my understanding that the boys track team won a state championship this year. My mother actually brought this article to light. I think it was this past Monday morning, 2 days after the time this video has been made, which is what, the 28th. And she brought up Miss Brown taught at my high school that died. And I was thinking it was an older Miss Brown than when I went there. That's my mother's age, okay? Actually, she had a couple of sons that I played basketball with and against in high school, okay? We played with, and I think I talked about Milan Brown on this video, okay, which is actually her son. Hampton University went to the Sweet 16 in 2000. I don't know if you knew that. That's Marcellus Brown that played point guard, okay? But anyway, I thought it was an older Miss Brown, but it wasn't that. She did retire. But this is my mother just said she just, passed away. And I was thinking, okay, for 45 years old, I just thought that was something that was unusual. I thought it was maybe some other thing that people have been putting in their bodies. But that wasn't the case, okay? Come to find out, I pulled up a couple of articles. There was one that pulled up on my phone when I flew back here to Las Vegas about mentioning about how this woman died. It went viral from a domestic violence incident. Now, this happened early Sunday morning, late Saturday night. I think she must have went out that night, okay, at the show I was telling you about. The neighbor, actually, and you can see this on WVEC or Wavy TV News, okay, when I pulled up the article, I think it was Black Girl Lost, but I pulled up the local news that they spoke on George Brown, and it was in the morning that the neighbor, according to reports, had found George Brown dead. Now, I guess it was in the morning, that early morning on the 25th, where the neighbor checked on, this couple, her and her significant other, and said, "Hey, how y'all doing? How's Joy doing?" And she was up in the house upstairs, and he was comatose, her significant other. They didn't identify the man, and he left. That he had an injury. I guess he didn't try to show it, and he walked out of the house and left the house. The neighbor went upstairs, went in the house or whatever to check on, because he checked on the couple every day. Found Joy dead. Apparently he had scratches on his face and all that stuff, the significant other. Okay, with a gunshot wound. 45-year-old Joy Brown with a young daughter. Okay. The couple would invite each other out, and they have barbecues and all of that type of stuff. Okay. And it's just unfortunate that this woman was found dead. So you have a daughter that's going to be without her mother. I don't know if the father was the significant other was the father of that child. But you have to look at her family's going to be grieving. The young girl's going to be without a mother. Okay. And then, his family and all that. It's probably going to be very, very disappointing. More than likely, this guy's going to spend the rest of his life in jail. Okay. But you have to look right now that I just think, I don't know what happened in that house. Apparently a fight broke out, and then she ended up dead. But I do know this. There's a lot of people that are trying to get out right now, and I think I mentioned that last night. You got almost 3 million people a day that's trying to get out, traveling and so forth. People are trying to go to festivities and this and that. And I'm not talking about this couple, but maybe you may end up running into old friends and stuff like that. Hell, I ran into a woman that I dated almost 30 years ago at the Hampton Jazz Festival. All right. People that you went to school with and all that. Stuff happens. But I just say this. Disagreements do happen. But I'm thinking if it's going to get to a point to where that it becomes escalated, somebody needs to leave. Okay? Usually these things happens over two things. okay, from my experience or whatever, and knowing other people that's been through this, it's either money and or somebody probably, is maybe infidelity. And you know what comes after infidelity. We don't have to get to that, okay? We're adults, okay? One of the two. Summertime's here too. And you really, I don't know, you really have to have the faith and you really have to fight. You know, I don't know, there could be other men that want your woman. There could be other women that want your husband, ladies and gentlemen. And all I have to say is you got to stay prayed up and you really have to fight. That's if you really love your significant other. And I'm going to say like that. I'm going to say like that. Okay? The reason why it'd be nice to try to find out why this happened, just from my experience, is usually one or two things. You know, this is really sad. My condolences go out to Joy Brown for his family. The dude was just acting like an uncivilized mutt. Okay? I just say let it go. All right? And say if it was a breakup that, there's anybody that's going through this, things will work out the way that it needs to really work out. But I'm going to tell you something, fellas and ladies, but fellas, you cannot put your hands on her. All right? Because especially if you look like me, the system is not for you. On top of that. So somebody's going to have to leave. Now let me know what you think about the video there, okay? And thank you for your time. I went over my time, and I got other things I got to take care of. Rest in peace to Joy Brown.